This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. We're here in Fife, Scotland, known to many as the home of golf. They've been playing the game here since the 15th century. Today, here at the old course at St. Andrews, this historic linksland will be the battleground for the most decorated golfers of the modern day. Rich Lerner alongside my partner, Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, will be calling all the action out here today. Frank, when you think of St. Andrews, what sort of memories come to mind?
Rich, I think you've got to think of the Swilcan Bridge first and foremost. That's a little bridge that crosses the burn as you go down the 18th. Every great player that's ever played this game has walked across that bridge and had a look back. And it's just a golf course that continually grows on you. This is where the game started, and it's a monument forever and a day.
And that Swilcan Bridge has connected the generations, from Jones to Jack, from Jack to Tiger. Well, this looks good.
Certainly is. That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, long gone are the days when you putted with a simple blade. Now you look down and there's a frying pan on the end of a shaft.
Yeah, it looks like grandma's skillet these days. That's what it is. But, you know, putters are like drivers. What they've done with the technology is given you a bigger sweet spot. Even though putting is very, very precise, if you give a person a bigger sweet spot, he's going to make more putts.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Just a couple of feet. Makes the putt and goes to 1 under. Trying to get the round off to a good start. Frank, we're at the second hole, and what's ahead?
Well, the ideal tee shot, just a little over that gorse bush in front of you, which is down the right side. That's the best angle in, but it also brings in a little bit of trouble. But if that pin is anywhere towards the middle of this double green, then really you want to be coming in from the right side.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Second shot, good look at the green.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That was a solid strike and a good result. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Has it for another birdie. 2 holes, 2 birdies. At the third hole now, Frank, it looks relatively easy, but you know there's some danger lurking somewhere out there on the old course.
There is. There's the pot bunkers down the right side. This is a tee where really you want to have an idea where that wind is coming from. If it's into your face, you might want to be a little cautious and go towards the middle of the golf course. But if it's behind you, well, then it's worth challenging that right side.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Let's see what Ricky Fowler can come up with here on the approach. On the green, and a chance for birdie. Frank, this would jumpstart the round. A 3rd straight birdie.
Some good playing.
This one looks good. I like it. Oh, they're going to love it. What a putt. Frank, the challenge begins to intensify here at the 4th.
Yeah, a bit risky if you try and hit it down the right side. Just about every player I've seen over the years has sort of aired a little bit to the left. That's a safer tee shot, but it does set up a very daunting second.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Excellent lie, 155 yards away. Played that one on the commercial side, as they say in the professional game, inside 30 feet.
Yeah, 27 feet to be precise, but to make it from there, that's asking for a bit.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Always take that. Good par putt right there. Hole number 5 of the first par 5 we've seen today. This fairway looks like it narrows quite a bit, Frank. Are you thinking eagle when you step up onto the tee?
Well, you could, especially if you've got a little bit of breeze behind you, but it's quite wide in the driving area with the exception of those 3 bunkers on the right that just sort of pop out. But if you can get it past those, this par 5, very reachable. I tell you, there's long and long, and that, with a little bit of breeze behind, it's long.
He rode the wind there to payday. He's going to have a good look coming up.
Well, with a good shot here, Rich, I'll tell you, this eagle on the cards, hole very reachable from where he is.
Don't get many opportunities like this. This is a good place to take advantage. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. On the green, but still a tough putt coming up. Long putt here. This will require a good touch. Oh, I thought he had that. Yeah, that's a good putt right there. From that distance, he'll settle. Drops another birdie and moves to 4 under on the day. Now at the 6th, not a particularly long hole, Frank, par 4.
Yeah, semi-blind tee shot. You've got an idea where you want to hit, but there's a series of 3 bunkers. They're called the coffins down the left side, as well as some pop bunkers down the right. So this requires a very accurate tee shot.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Looking to keep it going here, Frank.
Yeah, another example of things just working as they should.
That's a nice approach shot. It's about 15 feet away. A good chance for a birdie. Settles in over the putt. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes in.
Back here at the Open Championship on the 7th hole here at the Old Course.
Yeah, blind tee shot. This is one hole that really does advantage the long hitter. They can get it very close to this green, but this green has got some amazing undulations in it. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my idol.
And it looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Second shot now for Ricky Fowler. Good swing, good shot yet again. And it generates some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Fowler has this for birdie. Wow, a 5th birdie on the day. Par 3 8th hole here at the Open Championship. And Frank, why is it so difficult to get the ball close here?
Well, there's the bunker on the left side. There's a little bit of a downslope there. This is the first par 3 that you'll play. And it's just tough to judge that distance perception. You've really got to be accurate on your yardage here.
Stuck the follow-through right there. This could be really good. Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up.
It's no snack, though.
Really has a feel on these greens. That is another birdie. This is impressive. Rounding out the opening 9 here at St. Andrews. And Frank, this par 4 features a couple of fairway bunkers that players will have to contend with.
Yeah, this is a fun hole when you first stand on that tee and look at it. You see those bunkers smack bang in the middle of the fairway. The last bunker there in the middle is called the end hole. This hole is called the end. But this green, too, is so flat, very, very difficult to read. But if you get there, pull the head cover off the driver. Remember, this is the only chance you get to play the Old Course.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That is professional with a capital P right there.
That's stealing.
Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Ready for his second shot, trying to knock it on the green. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Down to the par 3 11th. And Frank, what's the key here?
Well, this green is slightly elevated. Huge false front, sort of left and right of that Strath bunker. And, of course, that bunker on the hill, or should I say that bunker on the left, is called Hill. That's the famous bunker where Bobby Jones couldn't get out of it many years ago and actually ripped up his scorecard. So a good tee shot here, just find that right level where the flag is.
I like the looks of this one. Not terrible, but not his best.
An outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Fowler has this for par. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, how do you like the 12th hole here at St. Andrews?
Well, it's a beautiful par 4. You start to see the village of St. Andrews in the background, Eden Estuary to the right, and also decision time. If you're long enough, it's certainly worth having a crack at this par 4 with your tee shot. But if you're not a long hitter, then you've really got to worry about those 4 beautifully and well strategic positioned bunkers in the middle of the fairway.
He just blasted that one down the fairway. Out there about 325 yards.
Second shot.
Birdie try up next. So a tester from 4 feet. Well, there's impressive, and then there's mind-boggling. We're at mind-boggling now. 10 under par. Moving on now to the par 4 13th. Frank, what's the strategy here?
Once again, to avoid those pot bunkers, the first one is called nicks, and then the other two up ahead, once again, they're called the coffins. Somehow you've got to go right or left of those or beyond those. If you can go in the exact right position, which is slightly left center, you will actually have a full view of this green. The left or right of that, then it's a blind second shot.
That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Just a beautiful approach shot. Getting set now over the putt. So close.
Just a fraction too aggressive. Remember, line and speed go together.
Sometimes you want that birdie so badly, and all of a sudden you're faced with a lot of work, more work than you had hoped for, just to make the par. And he makes it for par. Frank, you can actually play this 14th hole by taking a detour to another hole on the front side. Explain.
Yeah, that's the 4th hole. The 4th hole is adjacent to the 14th, and if you're in a little bit of trouble off the tee, there's nothing wrong with playing the 14th as a zigzag style par 5. So that means the drive, if it doesn't go down the right, you go further left and then back to the green. But it's a safer way, but a much longer option.
Good tee shot right in the fairway and plenty long. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Right, the approach shot is on the green, but he'll have a very testy putt coming up. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Just ideal. Good speed on that putt and just a tap in remaining. Just a couple of feet. Well, the great hits just keep coming. Moves to -11 on the day. Back here at the 15th, and Frank, this fairway narrows up in a hurry.
And it's also, there's a big crop of heather that sort of constrains you if you're going to hit it just straight down the middle. Only the brave go down the right side. It brings in those little bunkers called robs, and they'll rob your scorecard, that's for sure.
Wow, Frank, look at that one run, how it just blistered that tee shot.
Yeah, that has to be 325 if it's an inch.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight.
Rich, I remember when I first played the old course, it was the Dunhill Cup. It was a team event. There was 3 players from each country around the world, and my teammates were Stuart Ginn and Bob Charles, who won the Open Championship. And I remember pestering Bob Charles all the way around the golf course, the old course. Where do I aim? Get away from a bunker. And at the time, I thought he was a bit of a curmudgeon, really, because the only thing he told me was not to hit it inside the TV tower on 17. And then I realized he gave me the greatest golf lesson I ever had, because he was telling me to play the golf course the way I felt I should. A lesson well learned. Play your own game.
Play with your instincts, especially at a place like the old course at St. Andrews, where you don't necessarily play by the book. I don't know if there is a book to get you around St. Andrews, except the best book of all, and that's the one of experience. I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. That's a beautiful shot, and that sets him up for a really easy putt. Frank, see if he can get the hat trick here.
Oh, things are looking so good. Strokes good, swings good. Let's see if it goes in.
Can't wait to write those on the card. 1 below par. Chalk it up. It's a birdie. Frank, so many famous landmarks on this hole. The hotel on the right, you want to avoid that. The bunker on the left, and then the stone wall beyond the road.
Yeah, there's all those features is one of the reasons why no one would be allowed to design a hole like this today. It also makes it not only unique, but I think that's the greatness of the hole, is that all those problems you're very aware of. It's just, can you avoid them?
Second shot coming out of the rough here. So from the rough back to the fairway, that's the right way to go.
Yeah, didn't take the bait, and at least now he's only going to play the price of a poor tee shot. Still got a good chance, though, getting away with par.
Ricky Fowler, a Gen X superstar, ready with his approach shot.
Safely on the dance floor.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. "13 under on the day. Without a doubt, it is one of the most famous finishing holes in all of golf. Frank, it doesn't look like much from the tee, but wow, when you factor in the history, it's something special, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a little road that runs across this this par 4. It's about 100 yards short of the green. It certainly comes into play when you play this hole into the breeze. But no breeze or into the breeze, you've got to worry about the out of bounds that surrounds the screen all the way down the right side and beyond. And it's a wonderful little finishing hole in many ways, because it tests the mere mortal and it tests the greats of the game.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Frank, how'd he do there?
Oh, not bad. Just inside, sort of 8 or 9 feet left.
Ricky Fowler, one of the game's most aggressive putters for birdie. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, that was an impressive round out there today.
Couldn't agree more, Rich. We've seen some great shots out there, and I'm excited to see how the rest of this tournament plays out.